I mean, differentiating or having a sort of a comparative study between GitLab and Jenkins, you see all this right signs. These are the positive features of GitLab versus Jenkins. Jenkins is only a CI/CD tool, but GitLab is more than CI/CD tool. It is like a departmental store. You go to that store, you do not have to hop around with different shops. Uh, do you know what? So under one roof, you get every other. So every other company is going for GitLab because GitLab has Jira, GitLab has GitHub, GitLab has Jenkins. So it has replaced so many things. It has replaced SonarQube, which is a code quality checker, uh, and it is also an analytics tool. So you can also analyze. You have the monitoring. So many tools it has replaced in under one umbrella. I'm not going to compare GitLab with Jenkins because it will industry which will decide which one is more beneficial, GitLab or Jenkins. But again, I'm not discarding Jenkins altogether. Jenkins is still a very popular, but the technology of a CI/CD pipeline is still the same. There is no change. So the GitLab will have runner, and that is a unique concept. GitLab runner. With the help of the runner, you can execute the jobs, and the jobs will be executed over the GitLab runner will be running on Docker. Docker we have not discussed. There is one more session on Docker. So we will, I think on the 5th or the 6th session, we will come to Docker. Maybe on the 5th session, yeah. So the next session, like today we are having GitLab plus Terraform. So the next session we will have GitLab and Ansible. Ansible is the Terraform is a provisioning tool. Ansible is a configuration management tool. They are two different domain of softwares, utilities. So GitLab runners or agents, we are going to install the agents and rather all these things I will show you over the demo. So that much for GitLab, I think, and this is the core. This is the core. The GitLab, the .gitlab.cs-ci.yaml. It's a YAML. It's a JSON format of the script. Now, somebody the other day was asking about scripts, whether he or she was asking whether you need to have a programming background. Do you have to have a knowledge of any programming language? I said it is not needed because it is all declarative scripts. These are very simple English, like you have to know the structure. You have to learn about that. That's all. But you do not have to have any programming skills to master the YAML. That is, you are putting some instructions. We will see that those instructions in this class today. These are scripts. These are not programming code. And you will be executing the jobs over the CI/CD pipeline. This much for GitLab. I will just have a overview of Terraform. Terraform will be executed in form of it's outside the cloud platform. So Terraform, what will it do? It will get an access. Say I am using a DevOps Internship. That is my user. I am user. OK, I have a certain credentials, security credentials. Security credentials are necessary for any user that has been created as an IAM user over this. So I, as a user, I'm going to use this DevOps Internship. I have logged in as a DevOps Internship user, IAM user, and this IAM user is having some security credentials. I have 2 access key, whatever it is. And this access key with a secret access code or ID will be, these are the 2 factor authentication factors. OK, with these 2, anybody who has an access to this particular access key and the secret access ID, they will be able to log in as this. So you should not be giving away this access key. Access key is available still, but you will not see the secret code. So all these things I know, and I will include into my Terraform. There is some way that is what I'm going to discuss. Okay. I will hide those information. These are secret information. I will hide them with the help of my GitLab security step. I will take some steps to hide those data, because nobody should be able to access the data, because they are very secret data, sensitive information. And there is a mechanism that how I will encapsulate that, hide them within the application. I will do that. So Terraform will have an access to this access key and the security access key, secret access key. And with the help of these two parameters, we'll be able to access AWS, get into AWS as DevOps Internship user, and we'll be able to create your EC2 instance, as well as I told you, right now there is no instance, no server created. I will create it from outside using Terraform. And also the S3 bucket. These are the two resources I'm going to create. Is the objective of my demo more or less clear to all of you? Any questions that you might have, please let me know. So Abdul, can you please mute yourself? If you're not asking any question, please can you mute yourself? Thank you. Thank you, Abdul. So that is what we are going to. Yeah, I'm waiting for.
I know you mentioned something relationship between GitHub and Terraform a few times, but I just didn't catch it. So how does Terraform relate to GitLab?
Yeah, that is the whole thing. That is what I'm going to display. Okay, as a demo.
Okay.
Sure. Just give me some time. I think I still have. I think we have 1 more hour. Okay. If with Mr. Menon giving me permission to go ahead and utilize that 1 hour, I'm very happy. Mr. Menon, are you going to give me that 1 hour? Otherwise, it will be difficult for me to cover that session. Anyway, I think he is silent. That means he is approving it. So you just let me know whether, and of course, you are being able to see the screen and the video. Right? Everything okay? I will not go to much details of Terraform. Terraform is a provisioning tool with the help of which you can provision over any cloud, whether it's not only AWS Cloud, it can be GCP, which is a Google Cloud platform, or Azure Cloud. Azure is a Microsoft cloud provider. And there can be hundreds. It is actually Terraform is available to all the known clouds. It is almost like more than 75 clouds. So one of the very popular one is the AWS. So we are restricting our demonstration with AWS Cloud. Is that fine? So why do we need infrastructure provisioning? That is because we want to create some resources. Yeah, tell me. Any question? Okay. So the need for infrastructure provisioning, because we need to, suppose you are a DevOps engineer and you have been recruited in a company, and the company is asking you to please create an environment for the developers of a development team. So what will you do? You will create a server, you will install an operating system such that the server can run on that operating system. You will install some application softwares like a web server, maybe Java and Java compiler, maybe. So many things you need to do, but you were not given an access to the AWS console. So you cannot do anything manually. So what you have to do, you have to create Terraform scripts to create those resources from outside. And then how do you automate it? You put them into a CI/CD pipeline like a GitLab. And the GitLab has the power and feature to automate that pipeline. And we will see that. So through the pipeline, the jobs of Terraform will be executed through the GitLab runner, which is also in turn calling up that Docker. So Docker will containerize the application. So many things are interrelated. We will learn in details in our main classes, but here I will just give you a demo. So it is a declarative script. Through Terraform, you are writing declarative scripts, and also that is the workflow. All these details you will get it over and there is a very important term called Terraform state. A state is like you have to determine whether what was the history, what is the desire, what did you create actually, or what did you want to create? What is more important than how? The developers are concerned with how, but as DevOps engineer, we are always looking for what. What is the need? What is the requirement? What is the desired state? What is the desire? So there is a current state vis-a-vis the desired state. So what is the current state of resources available and what do you want to do? Whether you want to create new resources or you want to modify the existing resources or you want to destroy the resources or you configure the resources, that is all the desire. So whenever there is some change of the desire versus current, you will apply the Terraform scripts. And so we are going to create a EC2 instance with Terraform, but deployed over the GitLab. So I'm coming to my project. Sorry. This is your this is the interface for GitLab, So if I go, this is the home page of GitLab. And if you have created an account on a GitLab, it's like GitHub, but it has replaced GitHub. GitHub is only one-dimensional. One-dimensional means it is now, of course, it is coming up with many features like GitLab. You can do automation pipeline over GitHub as well today. But GitLab is far ahead. GitLab is not only a repository, a version control repository, where you can store your source code or files and folders and everything. It is not only that, it's not only a version control software, it is a CI/CD pipeline. It is not only a CI/CD pipeline. You can have, you can have your issues and you can plan. Let's say I've created a project. Like you can create a new project. You always start GitLab creating a project. You can create a blank project. You can create a project from a template. You can import a project. Already you have built a similar sort of project, but now you want to import it and then you can build on to that imported project. You can modify that project, or you can run CI/CD from an external repository for an external repository. So your repository is GitHub, but you want to use the CI/CD power of GitLab to use the external repository. It can be Bitbucket, it can be your GitHub. Okay. But the simplest one is to create a blank project from the scratch. Now you will tell me, Debashish, then you are a DevOps engineer. Okay, fine. Your role is to do what? The main confusion lies over here. What is your role in a project? What are you going to do? So my answer is my job role is cut out. I mean, I know what is expected out of me. I'm a link. I'm a bridge between the developers and the operations. So for the developers who is going to bank on me, because I'm giving them the environment, what I'm doing, I am as an admin, because as a DevOps engineer, I'm an admin. When I have a GitLab, can you see when I go to my project, I've created a project. See, I have projects. So number of projects 11, out of which this is one of the projects I have built for you. Can you see the I'm having a role of owner? So I am an admin because I have created this project for my team. Who are my team? My team is my developers, my testing guys, my operations guys, maybe even the project manager, or maybe the scrum master, whatever it is. Because there is in the GitLab you have the you have the uh, Jira type of setup where you can manage your project. So there is a place I'm creating for other members. Who are the other members? Like I'm the owner means I'm the admin. I have the full ownership of what I can do anything. Okay, as it is expected out of my job role that you are the admin of any project. You are a DevOps engineer. So you are going to create the environment. You are going to give the provision a development server or a testing server or a pre-production server or a production server. Okay, you are going to deploy the applications. You are going to create the CI/CD pipeline. So you are all in all, but you also have to create the members. Okay. Now, right now, I do not have any members. I can create members into the project, like my team members. So what do you expect me to give to access to the developer? Will the developer role and the testing team role be the same? No. So I will assign members to this project. Okay, that is some sort of a management activity that I am assigning members to the with a different set of roles. So for a developer, I will only give access. Let me go inside a project. This is the project that I am going to demo. So this is my GitLab Terraform internship project. That is the project that I have built in. Now, there is a list of members which I can manage. You can see right now, apart from me, Debashish, I'm the owner. Apart from this, there are no other members. I can easily create. I can invite members, okay, to work. I will assign a particular role. So, do you expect me to give the developers an admin role? So will the developers need to understand how to access or what are the access credentials for accessing AWS from outside? No. Then there is a breach of security. As an admin, you should protect your data. So I know I have protected my data when I have created some settings. These settings, this analyze, this monitor, this operate, this deploy is my admin features. Nobody, my developers, my testers, my operations guy, my scrum master will not be able to access all these features provided by GitLab. It is only the owner, who has created this project will be able to. So if I go to the settings of this project. In this, I have created one access token, the project access token. I'm going to use that because I need. So I have created a token called DevOps Internship token. How? That is graphically I have done it. Graphically I have done it. Now in our live classes, in our sessions, we do an extensive study hands-on labs on GitLab. So you will know at that point of time. And also, I have gone to go and configure my CI/CD pipeline various parameters. Like I have configured a runner for the job that will be running on the GitLab, the pipeline. Okay. So if you expand it, the GitLab runner is a very, very important aspect of GitLab, because without a GitLab runner, you will not be able to execute the jobs. Now, for this project, I have created one GitLab runner. And if you see, it is already created. I have not made it a very strict one, so it is not protected for the time being. I have made the project public project. Okay. So because of a demo. So it was created. That GitLab runner was created 1 month back. I'm using that in my first cycle of DevOps. Okay, internship. I have created at that point of time, but then, okay, I can reuse it. That is the advantage. You create it once as an admin, you can keep on reusing it. That's fantastic. Now, so that runner, I am associating it with my project, this project. So what I did, I have enabled this for my project. So this runner with this particular token has been registered with this project. So I do not need any external server to, and this is, self-managed runner. These are the available runners. There are 100 available runners for your project. You can pick up, but these are shareable runners, instance runners. These are runners which are shareable, and in your company, whenever you are working in an organization, your admin or the architects will not allow you to have shareable runners, because that is not security. It is a security constraint. So you will create your own token or a GitLab runner with Docker and Kubernetes as your, as an environment for orchestration, the container orchestration, because Docker plays a very important role in the pipeline when you execute. See, every resource, every sources of code will be compiled or put inside an image or built as an image, and that image will be put inside a container. Those concepts are Docker concepts. We will learn it in our following session. So this is one project runner, and this, whatever the access to this runner and the token will only be restricted to your admin. As an admin, I have the access. So I'm sure that I have enabled a runner. If there are no existing runner, I will create a runner and I will enable it onto my project and register onto my project. And there are artifacts, variables. Now, this is my secret part. I have created few important variables. What are the variables? Can you see? AWS access key ID. What is this? Can anybody tell me? What is this variable? This variable name can be anything, but actually the value is very important. I will just show you the glimpse that this is a variable, environment variable. The variable is only accessible by the admin, and this is a visible, or you can make it masked. Masked means it will not be visible in the job logs, but since I'm making a demo, so I can make it visible. So I can know what is the actual the variable will be displayed in the job log. If you mask it, you will not see the variable. It is some masked value, but it's okay. And then you are not protecting the variable because you are not working on a branch. This is a repository. Okay, so a repository will have a branch, whether it's a main branch or a master branch or any feature branch, doesn't matter. But I am not protecting the variable because the branch, I have made the repository public, so the branches are not protected. It's fine. I'm not going to that security aspect, but there is a security aspect. Okay. When we try to do it onto the production for this testing purpose, this is okay. But when we put this after the testing, we have to ensure that you always protect your variables. You always mask your variables, because now it is the time that you are deploying it onto the production. It is no longer testing. For the testing purpose, you can do all this thing. Relaxation. You will use a $sign to interpolate the value from a variable. And I have given a AWS access key, and this is the value. Don't see this value. I will hide it. So that is the way that I have created. What is then? My question was, what is AWS access key ID? Can anybody tell me? And what is this AWS secret access key? Just now we have discussed that it is, if you go and click over the security credentials of this IAM user, you will have two things. One is the access key ID, access key. The access key, and then there is the secret access key. So these two things I have defined over here. Why? Who is going to use it? Can anybody tell me? For whom did I create this? To access what? And who will access it? Any guesswork will do. Anyone?
I think let me try.
I
think you created it for purpose. The purpose is for user and the roots, if am I right? Or maybe you create for a group, like you said, you mentioned security group, like who are the people that have the authorization, the access to see this, who are not supposed to see that. So that is where you define the security group, so that
Yes.
not everybody can be able to access the data.
Your attempt was really fantastic. But I will tell you, the security group is not for IAM user. Security group is for the EC2 instance, the server that you are creating, a server. Okay, you are fencing it. You are giving a security guard. You are placing a security guard such that nobody can trespass. That is for the server.
Firewall.
And that is the firewall. Yes, absolutely. Here, this access key ID and the secret access key is meant for Terraform, because Terraform is an external entity to the AWS Cloud. Where are we creating the resources? We are creating the resources on the cloud, AWS Cloud. So AWS Cloud is a different domain, and Terraform is a tool. With the help of Terraform, I'm going to create the resources. So there is a question of how do you access? Terraform should have an access permission to all, otherwise there is no security. Anyone can write Terraform script and can do havoc. And because Terraform can destroy the resources, so it's a very dangerous thing. So I should protect my AWS Cloud resources to restrict it, whoever knows about this key values. So it is basically created for Terraform to access it, access the cloud, because this is nothing but DevOps Internship user. You see, this is my DevOps Internship. This is the IAM user. So this user, if I can have an access to this user, then only I will get an access to this account on the cloud. That is why we have an access key and a secret access. Sorry, I have a secret access key, but I have hidden this within the environment as CI/CD environment variable. Follow it? I have a password and a username. What is this? Why is this meant for? So if anyone wants to have an access to this project, they need to have an access to, they need to have the username. So what is my username? The account. My username is Devashish-Jif. This is the account which I have created. So if you go to my, you see Devashish-Jif is the account. Devashish Pal is the nickname or the alias for this account. So I can sign out. So this is my username. I will not show the password. So that is a secret thing. But all these things are needed to access my project. This project, I will only give access to certain members. So they will be accessing this username and the password, but not as an admin. They cannot see. They will just be able to, because I have given them the permission to work as a developer, work as a tester, work as a operations guy, work as a project manager or the scrum master over onto this project. Okay. And what is this token? This was the token that we have created just now as the project token, access token. So this is my token value. Anyway, so these are the various security data that I must protect, and I have protected it because it is only me as an owner will be able to access all these things. Another very important thing is the operate. You go to operate, and in the operate you have, okay. In the operate, can you see the screen? You have environments, Kubernetes cluster. You can build a Kubernetes cluster. There's so many important things. Those are the things that we are going to discuss in our live sessions in our 75 hours course, but not here. Fantastic. Somebody in our group, in your group, in this group knows about Kubernetes, and there is a fantastic combination between Kubernetes and GitLab. You can deploy your GitLab CI/CD pipeline onto Kubernetes, and your applications, the microservices, can also be therefore deployed over the Kubernetes cluster. And my important thing is the Terraform state. Right now, I am trying to find out whether any Terraform state has been created. Right now, your project does not have any Terraform state. Terraform state is one file which will be enabled on the GitLab in some HTTP location that is also hidden from the implementation. Okay, from outside, I will not be able to know. So because Terraform state, if somebody gets an access to a Terraform state, if somebody knows Terraform, they will understand the importance of Terraform state. It is not in my scope today to explain about that, but just remember that there is a file which records all the resources that you have created right now as a desired state. So if somebody knows where your Terraform state file is, then they can easily destroy it. Somebody have a destructive attitude can destroy your system. So if somebody gets an access to your state file, Terraform state file can tamper with your resources, and that can be very damaging for the organization. So the important point is here to secure your Terraform state. Clear? Right now, I have not yet done. So all these things are hidden. What is not hidden for my developers is the code, because the developers have created or put in their source codes and this thing. And I'm not giving a real-time application or a Java application or some application. Yeah, we can deploy that over the CI/CD pipeline. For the demo purpose, I am displaying the power of, I have created some Terraform scripts. And remember, developers do not know Terraform. Developers do not know GitLab. Developers do not know GitHub. Maybe they know GitHub because they have to every day, they have to interact with the GitHub to store their source code for version control. But otherwise, they are not very experts. You are an expert. So you will create these scripts. What is that? I will go to the provider. I have created one script. If somebody knows Terraform will know that this is nothing but a TF file. TF file means the Terraform file, the configuration file of Terraform. Configuration file of Terraform. Let me switch on. This is a configuration file of Terraform. And I've given, you can give any name, provider.tf. So here, this is a simple script. Do you see that? Is it a language in Python or Java or C or C++? Is it like that? Is it difficult? Just within some lines, you have with a structure. This structure, of course, you have to know how to write this structure. Of course, you do not have to know by heart. You can get it from your Terraform documents, documentation. Everything is available. So what I'm doing over here, I'm mentioning to Terraform that there is a AWS provider. I'm going to use AWS as a source, the provider. So the provider plugins will be installed and a backend state will be created over an HTTP backend. It is not a local backend. Local backend is very risky. It is not secured. But when you specify that the Terraform state will be created over the backend, it is HTTP backend. And also I'm saying that my AWS provider is going to create some resources over the region AP South 1. Can anybody tell me what is AP South 1? What is this code for? If you know AWS.
Mumbai region.
Mumbai region, fantastic. This is Mumbai region. I will go to fantastic. I'm very happy. Okay. So the Mumbai region, you see, I am Asia Pacific Mumbai. This is a region. The world has been divided into several regions. So it is a bit slow response. So Mumbai is your AP South 1. So what I'm mentioning over on the cloud, in the script of Terraform, that my region will be AP South 1. So whatever resources I'm going to create is over Mumbai region. So with this instruction, some declarative script, I'm declaring to Terraform that I would like to have AWS plugins installed from this particular source. HashiCorp is, as a company, it's a big company, and HashiCorp is giving you the Terraform for this AWS cloud provider, all the plugins for Terraform. It will be downloaded. So the version will be more than or equal to 5.0. And the Terraform state will be in the backend of the GitLab. GitLab will take care of this. So GitLab knows with this that Terraform is going to create the Terraform state. So I will find it over onto a particular address, URL. Let me go back. Yes, I will leave the page because I'm not doing anything. I will now come back to my folder Terraform, where there is another script, which is all the resources that I'm going to create is over there. I know somebody who does not know Terraform can. Yeah, somebody raised your hand. Ola, yes, please tell me. Hello, any question?
Can you hear me now? I was
Yeah.
okay. I just mute myself. Okay. Apart from the script that you were showing us, the other features, is it going to be on a CLI interface or is just graphic?
You mean to say the CLI interface, command line interface?
Yes. Apart from the script that you're showing us, you know, the other features, I know you were clicking, you were showing us other features, like you can do this, you can do that.
Yeah.
So unlike, okay, unlike the key that you wrote, that you know, you click on it, you unmax it, you let us see all that. So I say, if you want to do that, is it going to be on the CLI command interface that you're going to create all that?
No. Very good
Okay.
question. Fantastic question. You were concerned that, okay, let me go back. The things that over here, isn't it? All the scripts. So there is an editor. You can directly code them on the editor of provided by GitLab. So what I did, I created the folder Terraform, and I have created this under the Terraform folder main.tf. This is a file name. Okay, and I am editing this file. So I'm writing it over here. This is an editor provided by the GitLab. So I do not actually need a dollar prompt or a Unix like on the prompt, like Linux. I go there and create the files. I can do that. I can do that. But if GitLab is giving me everything in-house, that means all over in the under the same roof. So why do I need to use here and there, go here and there? These are all the scripts. So I will type in over here. The infamous or the famous background of black and the foreground as text or the white. So black and white, those screens are already gone. I can directly code over the you can do it on the character interface, or you can do it on the graphical. That means this is an editor provided by GitLab, and you are writing directly. So I can write something like some comment. I can write it directly over the GitLab editor. Okay, so that is what I can do. I just have copied from my so these are the Terraform script. What is that doing is this is a main.tf. TF means Terraform file. So these are configuration file. What is the resource that you want to do? I want to create a AWS S3 bucket, and my bucket name will be my S3 bucket DevOps Internship. Okay. I want to create a versioning enabled for that same bucket. So I'm referring to this bucket, my S3 bucket with that ID, and I am making the status of versioning configuration enabled. Then these are all simple scripts, and I know the structure of the scripts because I know the subject. You will also know the subject once you are also doing it. But this is not a programming language at all. This is just a declarative script. It is not Python, nor Java, nothing.
Okay. Okay.
It is HashiCorp language, HCL.
Okay. So let's say in the working environment now, so I was given an instruction like I should create a bucket. So they will just give me what the name of the bucket is going to be. Then I'll follow the instruction. Then over here, I can just edit that.
Yes, exactly. You are absolutely correct. Okay. You do not need to have any EC2 instance and create the scripts over there, test it there, and then put it. No need. You can test it right over the GitLab CI/CD pipeline. That is the biggest advantage. In Jenkins, you cannot do that. Jenkins, you have to have the front end, Jenkins front end, as well as you need to have the back end with the EC2 instance where you will install Terraform and Terraform scripts. You have to write, you have to compile them and all the stuff, and then you will use them in the pipeline of Jenkins. It is very simple over here. You do everything over on the GitLab. You do not need to have any other server. See, did I create any server to work on this? No, not at all.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Fantastic. Yes, yes. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. So only thing that you need to know how to create a resource. That is, of course, you have to know. We have to know. So what I did for the bucket ownership, I have said I'm the bucket owner, so bucket owner preferred. That is the object ownership. And what is the public access? By default, any bucket will have the public access blocked. I am making the block off. So I'm making every of the attributes as false. All the parameters, all the attributes, all the properties of this resource. This is the resource, AWS S3 bucket public access block. I am unblocking. So I'm making available the public access. So from outside, I can access the bucket. And since I want to have a public access, what I'm doing, I'm making the ACL. ACL is the access control list. I'm enabling it. So I'm saying that I'm allowing the ACL to have a public read write. So otherwise it is never possible. So only the owner of the bucket will be able to read and write on the objects, like the files you store, anything, the objects, the images or videos that you create on the AWS S3. You are the owner, so you can create all these things. You can read and write. But here I am making the ACL for public read write. So this part will be created. As you will see, right now I do not have anything, but it will be created through Terraform. As well as another resource I'm creating is the security group, because any EC2 instance need to have a security group. I'm creating my own security group over the VPC, default VPC. Now, what is the default VPC? This is the ID of what? Of the VPC of which region?
Mumbai.
What? Mumbai. Yes, yes, yes. For each region, there will be at least one VPC. So North Virginia will have a VPC with a different VPC ID. I cannot use the VPC ID of North Virginia if I am trying to create a resource on Mumbai. So, and in the ingress, that means the inbound rule, I am giving two rules for the HTTP, which is port 80, and for the SSH, which is port 22. I'm enabling for any device. I'm not restricting, I'm not blacklisting or whitelisting any IP address. So from any device, I can have an HTTP application or an SSH connection. And egress means outbound. I'm giving for any protocol, any type. So any traffic can go outside the instance. And I'm giving this a name, a tag name of internship underscore SG. What is SG? Security group. This is just a name. And finally, I'm creating my AWS instance. What is the name of my instance? I will see that the instance will be created with the name of internship EC2 instance. And there are the 5 essential things. The AMI. What is AMI? The operating system. Now, this operating system is the Ubuntu Linux 24.02. And the key name, as I have showed you, the key name is DevOps Internship. Did I show you? Or no?
I think Mr. Devashish, Ola has some question.
Yes, tell me.
Oh, no, that was my previous hand. So I'm good now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Just give me another few minutes, or else if I am not being able to complete the demo today, I will continue. Definitely, it's our playing field. So it is, you can take it as your own home sessions. So no restriction.
And we are also, sorry for that. We are also going to give you 1 or 2 tasks in the chat and the WhatsApp group after this session, maybe today, tomorrow, and you will have like a whole week to resolve that issue. Meanwhile, if you face any issue, you can communicate in the WhatsApp group, or if you successfully complete the task, just share the screenshot. So our main agenda is to make these things more interactive and bring more and more help by which you can secure a good job in the job market.
And also the agenda is to please continue.
Yeah, and inspire the newcomers who are, struggling and facing that, sometimes they feel that they are rudderless, or have no point, no direction. So it will give
Exactly.
directive, and it's inspire a lots and lots of people. Yeah, Mr. Devasish,
Yep.
please.
Thank you. And the main objective is to just give you a feeling that there are so many things to learn. And are you in the right path? Are you are you selecting the right domain? Is this domain going to help you to fetch a job and to make your life uh, good and secure and happy? So all these things are very important. A decision has to be taken based on some data pointers, which you will feel comfortable that, okay, this is my area. I should come to this domain because I think I will be able to learn. My learning curve is under my control. I can learn. If I put in some effort, I will surely, and with good mentors like us, you will feel comfortable. Sorry for that. Anyway, so what we are doing is just checking the key pair in the Mumbai region. And I've seen that there is a DevOps internship. So did I not mention the correct name for the key name? Yes, I did. This is important. And one more thing is important. What is the type? What is the size of the machine or the server? It is T2 micro. And another very important thing is the security group. Did I mention the security group that we have just created? Yes, I have created internship SG. And for that ID, I'm going to attach it with my instance. And I have to create that instance in a particular subnet, that is within the VPC. There will be subnets, the data centers. In a particular data center availability zone, I will be creating my instance. That's all. So let us go to the main part, which is the repository. I will leave the page. Yes. I don't want to save it. And the final one is my CI/CD pipeline. Did I not say that this is the core, the heart? You have to put that code, the script of the GitLab, the pipeline. This is the pipeline script. In Jenkins, you find the Jenkins file called Jenkins. Okay. So that Jenkins pipeline, and here it is the .gitlab-ci.yaml. You can see it's a bit cryptic, but it is not. It is, see, immediately, once you have given a name like this, immediately a GitLab symbol has come. That means it has recognized, yes, this is my heart. This is the pipeline. And this pipeline script has to be created in the root. So what is the root? Root is the slag, the project slag, the repository. GitLab Terraform. See, your actual project name is G capital GitLab, T capital Terraform, internship capital I, and project with a space in between. But do you have any spaces? And everything is in small letters. So dash, Terraform, dash, internship, dash, project. The same. This is called the slag, project slag. And that is the root folder. It is not called a root folder. It is called the project dir, CI project dir. Anyway, I will click on this and you see that there is on the editor. I will create on the editor. And this is, I'm editing the pipeline editor. You see, this is a pipeline editor because it recognizes this as a pipeline. Those who are aware of Jenkins, you will recognize that there is a Jenkins, but this is very, very simple. You are declaring the variables, some variables. Of course, you know what is a variable. You are specifying which is the Terraform directory, TFDIR. The name can be anything. There is nothing stored in a name. And there is a state name. State name is the name of the state file, Terraform state file. A big name I have given. That's okay. But this file has not yet been created. I'm just giving that. And what is the HTTP address? The HTTP address is a particular place which GitLab knows. It is within the GitLab instance or the server. It knows it. it goes by this path: API, V4, projects, CI project ID. What is the project ID? Project ID is any project will get a project ID. So if I go there, you see this is the project ID 583841115, but I'm not going to hard code this value. So what we have done is I have used an environment variable. All these things we will learn in our main course. Okay, don't worry. So CI, whenever you start anything with a CI, that means it is a system that GitLab enabled variable. That means GitLab knows this particular. So you have to exactly give this CI project ID. It will pick up the value that whatever that value was. You do not need to hard code it. You leave it on CI. That means leave it on GitLab. It will pick up. And you say Terraform state and give the state name. So what is the state name? This is the state name. Why did you give a dollar? Because dollar is the interpolator. It will interpolate the value within the variable. There are stages. So what are the stages? Validate, plan, apply, destroy. What is the image? Yes. Now comes the question. Did I install Terraform anywhere? My question, very humble question, simple question. Did I?
No.
I have the Terraform scripts, but where will the Terraform scripts run? Did I install anywhere Terraform?
No.
No. So what does this image mean to GitLab? GitLab is informed that I want to import an image by the name from this source HashiCorp Terraform :lite. This lite means a tag, a version, and the image is Terraform. So I am going to get an image of Terraform, and that is a Docker containerized image. This I'm not executing. There is no entry point, and so there's no basically command to start it. So that is enough. So what I did, I have imported into this environment under the GitLab runner. I am running through the Terraform, through the Docker, I'm running the Terraform image. So this image is such a beautiful thing. Like Jenkins is nowhere. I can compare Jenkins because I know Jenkins. I can compare Jenkins with GitLab. GitLab has given you a lot of flexibility. I never use Terraform anywhere. In Jenkins, I have to install Terraform into a separate server. I have to link that server to Jenkins pipeline. It's a lot of work, hard work. Here, I did not do any hard work. Everything, I have not gone for any extra resources. So so what I will do, I will just explain you this part and I will leave it like that. So such that you nurture that interest, you keep that interest for one more week. So the next week we will see the actual thing, that is when we run it. Can I leave it like that, or just I will explain this particular thing, that after that I will leave. So I am importing an image, containerizing through Docker into a container. That container is in ready state. That means whenever this container will be called, the image Terraform will be run. And so when the image Terraform is running, it can see this. I am running this a command, Terraform command, like Terraform version. So who is executing this? Terraform is executing this. Who is executing this Terraform init? This is a Terraform command. Terraform init. I'm initializing the backend, that backend state. Who? Terraform is doing it. So I never install Terraform anywhere, but magically I am being able to do every of the Terraform commands. I can play around with Terraform. I can see, I can run this Terraform validate in a stage called validate, because this is the This is the job. I can change the name of the job. So I can say validate job. I can name it. I can say plan job. So these are jobs, but these are stages: plan, validate, because you have given the stages: validate, plan, apply, destroy. So validate job, plan job, apply job, so that you can distinguish what is a stage and what is a job. You can give any name. And finally, a destroy job. But right now, I will just leave it at that, with the knowledge that I am writing a GitLab CI/CD pipeline, and I'm going to save it, and then I will be able to run it automatically. And we will show this part in our next week. So I hope every one of you should be able to join our session and next weekend, and you will have a very good, we will have a good lesson learning. Be rest assured that we are in the right track and we are getting some interest out of it. Thank you, gentlemen, and ladies as well. So we are going to stop the session. I will hand it over to Mr. Menon for some further discussion if there is something else. Thank you. Mr. Menon, are you there? I will stop the recording, or I will leave it on Mr. Menon to decide.
Yes. Hello. Yeah. So I think we are at the end of the today's session for a fantastic session, and thank you, Mr. Devashish, and thank you for your all kind of information, and thank you for your endless effort, which makes hundreds of our student life more beautiful and bring the success to their professional life as well as happiness in their personal life. So I'm really appreciate and I'm really grateful to you.
It's my humble job that I try to execute.
And I think few students, they ask what is our DevOps next batch. Unfortunately, we have started our very new batch, I think 10-15 days before. So I'm talking about the evening US batch, which is morning Indian batch. But we are going to start our morning US, which is evening Indian time, and which is more suitable time for our European and African students. So the date is not yet finalized because we are waiting to present batch is ended. But it will start in between June, middle. I think next Friday we are going to start our AI morning Indian or evening Central Time or US time batch. So those people are who wants to join, feel free to ping us, and we'll glad to help you. And before we closing today's session, anyone have any doubt or question or any suggestion? Feel free to unmute yourself and let us know.
Hello?
Yeah. Yeah. Ola.
Ola, yeah, it's Ola. The live class, when is the next one is gonna start and what time is it in US?
USC, we do have two classes, like two different time classes. We have 4 job ready training: DevOps, data science with AI, cyber security, and data analytics.
Now, I'm talking about DevOps.
Okay. Now every batch has 2 different timing. One is morning session, one is evening session. Our DevOps evening session was started, I think, 10 days before. So the evening session will continue for another 40 days or 35 days. But our morning US batch is going to start in June. June second week.
Okay, second week of June.
Yeah, that will be your morning session. Are you available in the morning?
Is it Monday to Friday or weekends or
Monday to Friday, 5 days in a week, daily 2.5 hours.
Okay.
If you have a job or any engagement, I would rather ask you to or request to wait for the evening session, because
I think the morning will be better for me, because when you say in the morning, US time is what time, from what time to what time in the morning?
Now morning we do have lots of availability. So we can depend upon most of our students' availability as per their suggestion. We normally schedule the session. So we can start from 7:30 a.m. Central Time to 10 a.m. Central Time. If some students have Mountain Time, they are, or PST time, if they would like to join, then sometime we start some batches. We have started from 9:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. noon.
Oh, okay.
So morning is very much flexible, because that is Indian evening time, and we do have lots of spectrum of availability.
Okay.
So may I know which time you are comfortable with?
I think morning would be good for me, because let's say morning start from anything from 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, US time. Yeah,
Eastern or Central?
Eastern time.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm in Atlanta.
You are in Atlanta?
Yeah, Atlanta, Georgia. Correct.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
If I should ask, with your program, what are the packages? What I mean by packages, like what are the packages that come with your programs, and how do you structure your mentorship to your mentees? So those are the questions I want to ask. And do you help the mentees, concerning about their resume? Did you help them with their resume? What are the those are the packages I want to know, so that I can know what your program is offering whoever joins the real program.
Okay. Now let me clarify that how the things is moving inside the Kalkey. Now Kalkey have a 3 different business line. One is solution line, where this is based. Most of our workforce are based in India, but we do have office in US and Germany. Where in this business line we develop, manage big clients to small clients. Even we do have one client in Forbes 500 clients as well. We serve and we develop, we migrate, we manage in terms of security, everything. This is one. The second line is consultancy, and third line is training. Now here in this training part, we not only train new students, we also sometimes provide training to other consultancy and other corporate organizations employees as well. So when we enroll for our training, the services will be limited to only the training. But now, as I mentioned, plenty freshers also join. So how to guide them? In our website, we do have a separate portal where you will find 1,000 latest and trainee interview question with answers. How we jot it down every day in our consultancy. What kind of question our consultant are facing, we update those questions on that the file. Even whatever business meeting we are conducting in our solution part with our clients and our consultant, the question and the scenario based thing that they are facing, we are putting down there in in our solution panel. When we are taking interview, whatever question we are setting up, we are putting those questions over there. Apart from this interview question and answer, we also do have a resume template. Now it is not possible for the training. We normally don't do the resume management or resume creations. We not normally don't do. We do have like a 5-6 resume template which is latest, and you can download it and complete the resume as per your requirement. Now those join as a fresher, even if they wants to join our consultancy, then we need to check that how good they are in their training program. Are they really? We don't judge people on their educational level or their previous experience level. Only we judge about their effort level. How how they are seeing the challenges, how confident they are. If they have a low confidence but they have a high motivation and a high EQ, normally we select them, and then we start marketing on behalf of them. At that moment of time, we create their resume, we create managing their LinkedIn profile and DICE profile, all the recruitment profile. But again, the nutshell is, if you are joining our training program, that doesn't mean that you are joining our consultancy. When you are joining our training program, we will guide you. And there are 100 and 1,000 students who only completed our training but did not join our consultancy, but still they secured our very good packages. We'll guide you, but we are not going to actively marketing on your profile. At the second, if you only join our training, we are going to guide you as a mentor to how you have created your resume. This is a template. Okay, you have created a resume. Please share with our trainer or with me or with our mentee, and they will check and they'll ask, okay, this areas is good. This area maybe you can put some more information. Now, when we have a separate WhatsApp group with all of these 4 training students, trainers, mentee are there. Whatever question you are facing in the interview, you should put over there, and whatever answer you have given to them, you should mention, and our other students or other trainer or mentee, they are going to check and rectify if they find any wrong. So see, training, our obligation is to complete the training and make you learn it, but our main goal is to make sure you are landing on a job. So for that, any kind of guidance, any kind of help, any kind of mentorship, we help means mentorship, we'll happy to provide.
Okay.
I think in the very beginning of today's session, I have shared one of our students because he was very dedicated, very good. He was, in the long time waiting in the job market. But then I have directly communicated with him, and today, because he is not part of our consultancy, he's just done the training in our cyber security part only, and I think DevOps training also. So after 3 months, and we keep communicating with him every in single interview. He normally posts the question and answer, the approach in the group. Our trainer, sometime me, try to guide how to how he can represent the stuff in other way, because in interview always people think that is a right or wrong, because that is not true, because there is a lot of other shades. The presentation is also important. So we try to in a discussion mode, we try to rectify small stuff as well.
Thank you.
Again, even if you think our obligation is to make the training make you, if you have a good potential and a good tenacity, you'll definitely become a good complete DevOps engineer. Then we'll put our we'll push ourselves to make sure you are landed on a job. So that's not come with the obligation, but we'll do, because until unless you get the success story is not complete. And once you land on a job, it is your success story definitely, but somehow you also feel little joy, and you also feel some achievement kind of stuff.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kalkey.
Yeah, no issue. Kalkey, by the way, Kalkey is our company name, myself Menon. It is showing Kalkey. I can understand.
Oh, it's showing Kalkey. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Any other question? Okay, then thank you for everyone. Have a great rest of your weekend. Hopefully we can communicate in our group, and meanwhile we are sending some small task in the group, maybe today or tomorrow, and see you next weekend.
Thank you all. Thank you for your patience to listen to me for so long, and
It was a pleasure.
and bother to tolerate my face and the way of talking. So anyway, on a Saturday morning or afternoon or an evening, that was, you are welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Devashish. Okay, then if anyone they don't have any other question, then we are closing this Teams meeting today.
Sure.